Yo, testing. All right, let's get this going. Let's look at some charts. Let's see where we're at from yesterday's plays. Let's see. Perfect. Perfect. All right, there we go. What up, everybody? What's up, gang? Let's look at some plays that we did yesterday. So I'm just going to dive in real deep. Let's see. Let's look at BTC first. Welcome. This is Poppy's journey. I'm going to be trading with a 100K account right here, just showing basically the gist of how I trade, my styles, what I learned throughout the years. I've been doing this for about 4 years now. So I've gotten the gripe of the gist of most of it, right? Been doing some plays here and there, so I'm just sharing my experience with everybody, and hopefully I can learn from you guys. As goes both ways. So let's look at yesterday's play. Let's see. So we had a couple plays that we did. I wrote them down in the Discord. So I said long orders that we had put in was for Sol, Sui, and Gold. We had an active Gold play. So we can just take a peek at seeing how Gold's doing. This was our range that we had set not too long ago. Sweet. Yep. So it looks like this is a range that we had not too long ago. We entered in here roughly at the 5064 to 5088 range. This was the entry zone that I had originally put. And so it looks like we bounced 1, 2, and 3 times. We're showing a pretty healthy incline here for the charts. Right on the money. Following that uptrend, respecting it. So hasn't broken the trend here. So right now I'm feeling pretty bullish about where gold's going. Currently with the news as well. Let's see. Yeah, currently with the news going on right now with the war, unfortunately that's how things go. So when there is a war in place, typically gold tends to do a little bit better. So that's what I'm banking on for as long as this war keeps going on between the U.S. and Iran, and all this stuff going on. Then I think we're gonna see some price pumps here in gold. Let's see. Now going back to BTC originally, you can kind of see it's been having an alleviation here. Kind of reclaiming back kind of the momentum that we gained from a couple, from a couple days ago. We had that nice little pump, but we're back at the entry levels here at 68 to 67. So we just went for a nice little roller coaster ride, which was great. So yeah, just let's see. Just gonna pull up where our TPs are right here. Had this entry zone in here. Current play right now is for, and I'm gonna pull it up exactly. We are currently, and I have this all in my Bybit account, which is what I trade in. So currently for gold, oh yeah, I'm up 12% on this play so far. So this is looking pretty good for us. Very much like the way this position was here. Was it risky? Yes, because we could have kept having more of a downtrend kind of happen on this end. We did have the cross as well, but now it looks like we're breaking above the 50 and the 200 EMA. So I really like the position that we're in right now, and as long as we keep above here, we'll start showing signs. This is just on the 1 hour chart. 4 hour, of course, we're still in bullish territory in this area. Um, Yellow is going to signify the 50, blue is going to signify the 200. So we're looking. I mean, we're breaking into bullish territory now as we're going above the EMA 50. The daily chart for gold is also looking pretty good. Still on that bullish trend, going upwards. Yeah, there's pretty good territory. RSI is kind of bottomed out here, which is giving me kind of more information, kind of the sense that it could give a little bit more rip to shoot up. So I'm kind of at least trying to see these all-time highs being retested. For this play itself, I think I am just going to aim for this one right here, the 54. Would be my first TP zone, and then the next one would be this 56 would be TP2. So we'll see how it goes. But that's the one thing about gold is I like that it moves very consistent, and it moves a little slower, I would say, compared to the crypto that we trade. Gold is just nice to trade in itself, very relaxing. And it's, you know, it does respects the fair value gaps as well. You can see back here we had a pump. When was it? From 30th of December, so at the end of the year we had a nice pump all the way up to the end of January. So January was a great year for gold, or a great month I should say, not year, great month for gold. And then we had a nice sharp little dip here, which, you know, we had this fair value gaps kind of pop up here at 47, another one at 46.3, we had another one at 45.42, another one at 44.12, which all of them got filled. So this is the power of using limit orders, which is what I like to do. This is my trading style. I'm much more of a swing trader than I am an intraday or kind of short-term trader. So this goes great with my analysis. If I could have put forward levels here where I could have bought into the position itself, it would have averaged out kind of in that middle here at 4,500. Would have been great entry to now the current price of 51.71. So this is just the power of how we, you know, um, limit orders, right? This is, you know, it's been very consistent for the way that I trade as well. So basically the same rules apply when you're, you know, if it closes out or anything. Same rules apply. You're always looking for that break of trend, and then you're looking to pop that fib. So we can even do it like this from the top here. Looks like we had a little break of structure here, right? This downtrend. So I can put up a fib right here real quick. Let's see. Fib retracement. What's up from the top here all the way down to where it broke. Beautiful. And you can see just based on fib levels right here, our entry level is right at that golden zone right here, which is optimal entry zone. That's why I felt so good about this trade. When I had it at the beginning, let me see if I can zoom into the 1 hour. Yeah, so you can see the entry zone here was right at that top level of the golden zone. So I like to get in between here. This green and this red is my optimal zone. I aimed for here. Obviously, it could have gone a little bit lower to these levels, but can't predict the future, so I try to just get an optimal entry. I really like this level that was holding, and so I felt like this was a great spot to buy. So this is my play on gold, and then we'll just see how it goes. Right now, leaving it open, not touching it. And we'll see how the weekend and everything perspires for the rest of this. We just started the month of March as well, so we'll see how the rest of the month kind of goes. So now we can move on to Bitcoin. Bitcoin was kind of fun. Had a bit of a retracement here. We have an entry zone area, which we are currently in right here. So I'll be watching this area, opening up a long. And then the target levels for this will be roughly about 70 to 70 or 73, 70 with 400. And then we'll do 70, almost 71. So this will be the area that I'm going to watch for. From here, I'm going to be reversing into a short level. I see we also have this downtrend that I drew here. So I'm kind of looking at this just prospectively, and you know, I could see a little bit of a pump go here. Maybe we flirt with this area and then reject down. That's kind of what I'm seeing myself. Let me see if I can post a brush. So I'm thinking we kind of play around with this level. We do this, and then we kind of hang tight around this area, and then from here we'll make the decision to either keep pushing upwards or reject from this level and go down. Just in the sense of crypto and everything, I really am kind of leaning more towards um, a short in this range, setting the stop loss probably up here, not too much. Not, I don't expect it to get too high, and then from here we'll make the rejection. But this would be a great optimal zone for me to enter my short if I'm to enter a short. Here it just seems a little bit too bottomed out for me. I'm looking at the 4-hour chart as well. Oops, let me go back. So I'm looking at the 4-hour chart as well. I mean, this is pretty bottomed out here on the RSI, on the stochastic. I mean, this just looks like it's primed to rip. I really like this. It's a good position for Bitcoin. How much it goes up, that's where, where I'm playing it. That's why I'm playing by zones here. So first I'm going to wait for the momentum pop, and then once we get above in these RSI, we'll see where we are, if we're either here or here, and then I'll make a decision. But I'm predicting very comfortable in this area where I'm going to be. But I'll be watching these levels, so we'll see. Long is open, so this is currently an active play, so we'll see how it cooks over the weekend, and we'll do an update on Monday and come back to it. Obviously, if you are in the Discord, you're going to get the updates daily from there, but we do take a break for the weekends, just on the YouTube channel. But we'll be back on Monday. Okay, cool. So next one that we were looking at also was Sui. It's a popular request. Sui has been one of the bangers. What happened to buying a bunch of Avalon Qs? Oh man, what's up? Yeah, Avalon Qs are the Bitcoin miners. Yeah, those were the ones for a buddy of mine, two sets. He's got the hookup and got all the good stuff when it comes to all the information too. He's very knowledgeable when it comes to all the stuff on Bitcoin mining and all that stuff. So he's our go-to. He's a good friend of mine, like I said, and so very knowledgeable when it comes to mining, doing the physical stuff, hash rates, all that yada yada yada. I'm still very new to it, but I am learning. So it just takes a little bit of time. But yeah, let's see. Sui. Let's look at Sui real quick. Awesome. Sui. We had an entry zone for Sui here. We had a short entry zone that we had put in earlier. And yes, let me go back to the trades. We hit our entry zone and we hit our TP with, let me pull it up right here if I'm able to, 21% gain. So this was a 21%. Congrats for those that took it from yesterday's stream. But we did get down to this level right here. It was a nice little 5% dump. So, I didn't go too crazy on it, but it was a play that I couldn't ignore. I saw the level revisiting. Obviously, we're at the top here as well from this following the trend line. So respecting the trend lines kind of, I'm kind of seeing that it's losing momentum kind of on this 1, 2, 3 candle. Dump is imminent. So that's where we saw it yesterday. So we entered the short and it paid off. So that was great. So we hit our target zones here. So that's awesome. Let's see. So now we got into our long here, which is the original levels that we got. Boom. Cool. So we got an entry price a little bit early, but looks like I got it at 91.3 was my average. So 91.3, 91.35, 191.30. So right here. Oh man. Yeah, so looks like this red line right here was for the entry zone for the short, so I'm going to just delete that one because that play is already finished. So there's no need to have it up, just so it doesn't confuse us. Right here as well. Oops. Delete this. That was a win. So now, this is the other zone that I have here. So this is what's it called? Another entry zone down here that we have would be 8203 down to 8099 would be another area that I'm looking at, trying to fill this fair value gap right here that we placed a while ago. I keep pushing buttons I shouldn't. There we go. So we have this fair value gap that wants to be filled all the way back from, pull up the daily chart, might be a little easier. Yeah, we have this fair value gap that's trying to fill at this level right here. So we got this baby one down here. That's the one that's 58. I drew this last time as well. So just an update on where the levels could be and where they could go. But Sui, I really like this entry right here. I really like these levels for it. So obviously, I feel like from here we could have a little bit of pump, just the way Bitcoin is kind of going as well. It's on an uptrend, so if kind of like the way the Bitcoin kind of reacts to the market, everything kind of follows as well. So the same thing with Sui. I feel like it could have a little micro pump as well, so I want to just capitalize on it, and then I'll be looking at taking some shorts. If it breaks this trend, then obviously I will just watch it even more. But once it breaks this trend, then it's obviously there's room for it to shoot up a little bit. How high it shoots up, we'll be revisiting this 102 range and then possibly go a little bit higher. The next range I'll be looking at would be right here, filling this area up here at the 114 to 112 area will be the next level. But we'll see. It just depends how high Sui wants to go, but it's worth a shot. So stop loss is very tight down here, but I'm just watching it right now, just seeing how it goes. And yeah, let's see. Let me go back, just double checking all the plays that I have and make sure I didn't miss anything. Perfect. Like I said, this was a successful short that we had into the zone, so that was great. Congrats to everybody that took that. Next we have Sol. Sol is one that I trade and I look at daily just because I really like the structure of it. It's the king of the meme coins, as I call it, so I want to rather trade the dragon than play with the hatchlings. You know what I'm saying? So we have this area, same thing. We entered a short here, dropped all the way down to this 84 range. We've been holding this area pretty steady. So I'm hoping that we don't lose this level. Obviously, if we do, we can go a lot lower. We can go down here to 77. That'd be worst case scenario. But the target zone for here for the short, obviously, we hit it. So now we are good to go. That was a nice little play, 21.48% is what I gained on that one, which is really nice. And then now looking at a long. So current long right now is going to be current long I have right here was the entry price was 85.54. 85.54. 85.54. Cool. And then we'll go 84. Perfect. And then our TP is going to be that 96 range. Cool. Just delete that. Short entry. I'm going to rename this. Long entry. Perfect. So now we have our level. Long entry here. Target level is going to still be the same up here. Plan has still remained the same from the 80 buyout that we had down here. Let me go ahead and mark that as well, just so we have it at 80. Entry price was 80. Perfect. There we go. Put it all the way back here. Yep. So this is the long entry that we have for Sol. This is going to be entry 1, entry 2. Like I said, I really like these levels right here, so I'm going to have a play for some orders that got filled in that range. So I like it. I'm going to watch it. I'm going to see how it cooks. Currently, it's not down much, down 5%. So keep an eye on it. Sui's down 6.8%. And then the current gold play right now is up 11%, which is nice. So we'll let them cook. Let's see. Another one. Oops. see. Another one that I was looking at as well was Hype. Hype is another solid one that I've been looking at. Not too many plays on Hype as well. I just have some levels here that I'm kind of not ignoring. I don't really want to ignore. Entry zones right here. Perfect. And then we have another mega entry zone down here. So um, basically just playing the law of the land here, trying to see how it goes. Hype, can Hype have a bounce? Yes, of course. It actually has a really nice, let's see, upward trend right here, going from this point up to here. You can draw a little trend line, and it looks great. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. It's right where it needs to be. Hasn't broken anything. Hasn't messed anything up, in the sense of the trend itself. So if the trend is an old saying, right, from a friend of mine, trend is your friend until the end, right? So if the trend is your friend until the end, right now has a cross as well. So we just went bullish. Definitely see some momentum here to rip up to this level. This 46 would be ultimately the goal to get back into this range. 46 Hype, being that Hype is the token of Hyperliquid, which is an exchange for trading crypto. These exchanges usually generate a lot of funds for the most part, so I can see this being very bullish long term. I like the coin. I like Hype. Hyperliquid is a great exchange. I've used it myself. I mean, there's no downsides to it. I like that they don't go crazy leverage as well. They cap you out, I think, at like 25, depending on the token, like 25, 30x. I don't think I've seen a 50x leverage on there, which is kind of nice because then I feel like it kind of introduces more people that are less, all in for 100, and it kind of creates more of a stable environment. I don't know. I just feel like it's nice. I really like it. It also keeps me in check so I don't go too overboard with leverage sometimes. I don't recommend you use it if you don't know what you're doing, but sometimes, I'd be trying it myself in that sense, but it doesn't always work out and I get burned because, I'm a human and that's, doing anything at 50, 69 or 100x isn't usually doesn't end very well. But it's for fun. Um, but I like that Hyperliquid though does not have that option, so it doesn't tempt me in that way. I'd have to go elsewhere. But yeah. Cool. Other than that, let's see. A couple other tokens that I'd put up. Some people are trading Trump. Right now it's pretty bottomed out. Could keep going. $3.11. Trump is a meme coin. I mean, regardless of how you feel about the guy, it's a meme coin. Look at this chart. This chart is wild. Could we see a retracement back in these levels? Yeah, sure, we could. The next meme coin pump, when is the question? But I mean, you're buying Trump right now at $3.11. All-time lows when we had this wick is $1.50. So at the very least, I mean, you could lose up to 50% maybe if you wanted. I mean, just looking at it, it's very interesting to see how things are. Moodang is one that I like to trade as well. It is piggybacks off of Solana, being on the network itself and being a meme coin. So I have just experienced that using Moodang is much more volatile than Solana itself. So this is great for quick scalps if that's what you're looking for. Um, but I found the strategy works. The same thing when Solana dips, Moodang dips, it just dips more aggressive. When it pumps more aggressive. As you can see, some of these candles are actually crazy. Taking some of these plays, imagine if you got along in this area and then you wrote it up here, you could have easily just snapped that TP and you could have cooked pretty well. So this is just the nature of meme coins. You can kind of see here as well. We took a fat dip going all the way down to 5 cents, and then retrieving levels back at 13 cents, holding that for a little, going all the way down to 7 cents, and then riding all the way back up to 25 cents. The mental gymnastics are definitely there. This is not for the weak, but I recommend be very, very careful with these meme coins. You can make a little bit of bread on these guys. You can make some. But you can lose it just as fast. So, yeah, just my recommendation. Um, but I mean, this is just what I've learned throughout the years. That's I don't want you guys to get burned if you don't need to. Doge is another fun one that I've been trading as well. Got a couple levels here. Nothing too crazy when it comes to Doge. Price now is 9 cents. Man, I remember when this thing was up to it was like at 30 cents. It was even higher than that. 50 cents. I think I had a buddy who sold, I think, at 40 cents. So yeah, he sold near the top. So that was pretty good. Shout out to my boy Lorenzo. He's out here making plays and he's just spot buying. So killing the game. But yeah, so we're back down to 9 cents here for Doge. Could be a way to look at. Uh, Zcash was one that we did yesterday as well. Now this one played a trick on me because it we had entered a short in this area. I even popped the fib. Wow. So I did a short on this guy yesterday. I got into my entry level here, right? I set the stop loss a little too tight in this area. And yeah, truth behold, it popped down. It popped up, so went all the way down, just as planned, popped up, hit my stop loss, and then went down. So this was really fun to experience firsthand. Waking up and seeing a nice little $8 gain instead of seeing this dump, that would have been amazing. Now we're back down to 210, which is pretty crazy to begin with, but I'm sad that I hit the stop loss. That's just the name of the game. These things are volatile, so I mean, it's okay. We got some W's with Sui and Solana shorts. You can't win them all, but it just goes to show that these things are very volatile. They can snap at whatever moment, and then they can just dump on you. But you can see the dumps are very, very aggressive. This play in itself was a 5x play that I had, but if I would have wrote it down to the current levels, it was 7%. So 7 times 5, 35. That would have been 35% play right there. So it's all in hindsight. Hindsight is 2020. But this is why we try, right? So delete that. Zcash levels. Tau is another one. Quite a lot of people trade. I got a buddy of mine, Sol. He's one of the traders in the Discord, but he very much loves trading Tau. Made a lot of money on Tau. Made some great calls on it when it comes to that side of things. So that's really awesome to see. His calls have been hitting. So he's our Tau expert. But yeah, it's just another one. It's good for trading. XRP is another pretty popular one. I have levels down here that I've made beforehand, just long entry levels here. If the price gets down, so the first level is going to be this one, $1.31 all the way down to $1.30. So this will be the first range that I think that we're going to pop in. Why just 0.1, 0.2? You see? So I can kind of see us wicking into something like this and then maybe popping up. We might lose momentum here for XRP, but ultimately I'd like to see some revisit of some higher levels here. So I'm just kind of playing with these ranges right now. Higher high up here before a dump. So we'll see how it goes here. But I'm just playing it by ear, but for the most part. So yeah, so current plays right now, like I said, just doing a little revisit. We only have gold right now, which we have a long in. We threw up the fib in there, hit our golden zone. Great, I love this. Just looking at it from a 4-hour view, because that's my optimal favorite. Yeah, this is my most preferred way of looking at any type of token. 4-hour chart, throw the fib on there, just see how it looks. Top of the zone to the bottom of the zone. Here's the golden area. Obviously, you want to get in this little zone to be optimal range. In here would be optimal pricing, and then obviously here you're starting to look at getting a little bit, loading a little bit heavier before the stop loss kind of hits in. But yeah, so we got our range, we got our entry zone popped up here, and I'm very happy with this. So we'll see how this cooks. Solana, same thing. We got the long entry right here, so we're going to aim for this 96, 98 range from here, and then turn it into a short from this area. So that's just kind of my gist on that. And then the last one we have would be Sui, would be the third play that we have. Going right here. Here's our target range that we hit before, but now this is going to be our new entry zone. So we can actually label this entry zone. Bam. Cool. And then, yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then BTC obviously right now is in the golden zone right now that we want. Have a little bit of a drawing there, but I can delete this. Perfect. Throw a fib right here real quick. And yep, like I said, here's going to be our entry zone. Oop. Break of structure was there. Cool. Yeah, so this is what we're looking for. Yeah. So I'm expecting the price to get down into this area, do a little pump up into here, find the short, and then from here continue dumping down. That's just my thesis on it. This is going to be the big zone when it comes to TP1 when it comes to this short up here. So once we get to these levels, I think we're going to reject and we're going to go down here. If we keep pushing above here, then obviously we're going to start moving into the 75, 74 range, but I think the 71 will be a big zone that we're going to find some testing at. But we'll see. RSI is low. It could pump. I'm ready for anything. So we have our plan if it goes up, plan if it goes down. We have some plays going through the fib on there. So we'll just see how it goes. We'll let these plays cook for the week. For the weekend, I should say. Apologies. And then Monday we'll go back and just try them out, just see how it feels, and we'll go from there. But yeah, thanks to everybody for hanging out for a little bit. And then yeah, join the Discord if you guys got any more questions. What indicators do you use on the Sol chart? Okay, so the Sol chart. Um, Sol chart, I don't have too many indicators kind of on this. I do use the Big Beluga. Big Beluga indicator is what I use. Let me see. Perfect. Hmm. Wonder why it looks like that. There's like a little border right here. I don't know how that happened. Hmm. Okay. Well, Sol indicators. Oh, I think it's because. Oh. I moved. Oops. Ah, okay. That's why I was having trouble. Okay. Big Beluga needs to come up here. Why? How did I don't even know how I got it down here. Sorry guys, technical difficulties real quick. MACD, USDT. How? Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. That's so weird. Okay. So I guess I must have hit something. Okay. Okay, this is making more sense. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so indicators, I use the Big Beluga just for the fair value gaps. I try to identify them on the 4-hour charts right here. That's my optimal, just so I can see the fair value gaps that have placed. There's one right here at 67. This is analyzing Bitcoin. 65, we have a 64 and a 63, and then we have a 61 range. So it kind of gives me levels. So I kind of base my plays off of that. Another one I like using is the MACD. MACD just gives me overall momentum and range of the token or whatever I'm trading at. So kind of gives me just kind of like a momentum based. If we right now obviously we're about to cross into green, so this is just obviously we've been on a downtrend roller coaster. So this to me is telling me we could have a little bit of a relief here, pump up, and yeah, we'll just see kind of how this rolls. It's a pretty aggressive downtrend as well. If we just, I mean, you could even take a little guy right here, and you can see, this downtrend is tend to break at some, and when it does, it should have enough momentum to pop itself up. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. The other one is stochastic RSI, just gives me kind of like the momentum based when it comes to the price. So this just tells me if the price is over exhausted or it's under exhausted. Is there gas in the tank or is there no fuel in the car? So when right now it's about to be in the middle, so it's kind of going to be average range. That means that's holding this price pretty, in that average zone. If he keeps going bullish, that means that's just going to be pushing, and then if it gets over exhausted, then I can look at signs of relief to open up the short. Hopefully we get in this range. The optimal range would be up here to get, for it. Solana, I can look back on it. Same thing. I'm going to aim for this 90, 96, 98 range for Solana. And then here's my entries. Like I said, the RSI on the 4 hour, which is what I love looking at. 4 hours is going to be my bread and butter. That's going to be down here. That's going to be down at the bottom, which means it's got some energy to push. Gives me kind of the momentum. We're making a smaller looks like we're starting to go kind of upwards here. So this could be the start of a push up as well into the 96. So those are just the indicators. I try not to keep it too crazy. Apart from that, using the fib has been helping me out a lot. Fibs have been awesome, especially when it breaks the trend. I'll take the highest point of the break to the lowest point of the structure, and then from there I'll draw it out. And it works both ways. You can reverse it. So yeah, that's kind of my way of doing it, but pretty simple. Just I try not to overcomplicate it. This can get pretty complex, and people make it as complex as you want it. I know that there are traders out here that literally just use Fibonacci's only. I have some that only use order books. It's whatever your style is. This is just what works for me. So this is kind of what I like to, kind of just like show. So, so yeah, thanks for showing up, and then I'll leave you guys with some music. And yeah, we'll just do an update on Monday. Join the Discord if you guys have any questions. Meet the other guys that are in there. Lots of cool chads in there. Everyone's always trading, doing some kind of analysis. It's a very big brainstorming area, which is really nice. So yeah, Discord link at the bottom. Like and sub to the video. Would really appreciate it. I know it sounds very cliche, and I sound very weird saying that, but that'd be really awesome. We're a very small channel, but kind of fun to kind of play around with it. But all right, guys, see you Monday.